Bleach was one of the first animes I watched, and also currently my favorite anime. And I started watching anime around December of 2022, which is when I started Bleach. It was actually one of my friends who suggested it to me. I think around the time he was like in episode 50, and he was also fairly new to anime, just like most other people in my class at the time. After trying out Bleach, like the first 10 episodes, one of the first things I had to write home about was the hollow sounds. That genuinely gave me nightmares. Well, not nightmares, but it was genuinely really scary. I don't know who made those sounds, but they did a really good job. If their intention was nightmares, then good job, you gave me some. The first arc of Bleach had nothing to write home about, like nothing too much. They just introduced a few characters, backstories, it's just the introductory arc. Whenever people think of peak Bleach, they don't usually think of the Lost Shinigami arc, which is why we're going to be talking about the Soul Society arc. Okay, so essentially, in episode 1, Rukia gives Ichigo her powers in order for him to fight a hollow who was attacking his family. So essentially, by accident, Ichigo took all of her powers. But it turns out that it's illegal and she's not allowed to give people her powers. So then she's arrested and taken to be executed. And my man Ichigo pulled up with 5 people to take on the whole Soul Society and rescue Rukia. The highlight moments of Soul Society was where Chad defeated Shunsui. There's nothing you're gonna tell me that is the best part of Soul Society, hands down. This might be an unpopular opinion, but Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo is actually one of the cooler bankais. Hear me out. So like my man Uryu, right, pulled up to Soul Society, and he's a Quincy by the way, which is a race that was wiped out by Soul Reapers. And essentially, Uryu was giving Mayuri the work, bro. Uryu was cooking Mayuri, kind of. And although his Shikai was cool and all, Kubo was ready to introduce the concept of Bankai. Konjiki Ashishogi Jizo is hands down the creepiest Bankai in Bleach, but definitely one of my favorites, especially now in the 1000-year Blood War. Speaking of Bankais, we also see Byakuya and Ichigo's Bankai. Byakuya versus Ichigo was absolute peak. Ichigo also fought Renji and Ikaku, but those fights weren't really one of my favorites in Soul Society. It's probably been said a billion times, but Ichigo's theme song goes hard. Only for it to be stopped by Aizen with one finger. Again, like I said, this was one of the first animes I watched. Hitting me with a plot twist like that, bro. Aizen being a villain was something I would have never seen in a million years. I would not have seen that coming. And at the time, I only had like one friend who had watched Bleach. So he was the only one I was actually even talking to about Bleach. Every single day we talk about Bleach non-stop. That was until I got to the Bounce arc. Anyways, I'm going to drop a part 2 later. I don't know how long. I don't know if it'll ever come. It really depends on your likes and comments. If you guys really like this, then I'll do a video for every arc. If you made it this far into the video, then you definitely enjoyed it. And we are so close to hitting 100 subs. Let's go. We can definitely do this before the end of January. Come on. Anyways, I'll see you next time, I guess.